Hey YouTube, it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a very long time since I did a video. I think my last vlog was back in November, and I think it was my Thanksgiving vlog. But it's just been so much going on, and I've just been having so many emotions, dealing with a lot. And that's why I haven't been making my content, not even like on my social media. I was trying to post consistently on Instagram, but yeah, that I just needed a break. If you guys watched, I don't even know which vlog it was, but I feel like I have so many vlogs like this telling y'all like what's been going on, how I've been feeling. And a lot of those are my frustrations with trying to become an entrepreneur, like with YouTube and with my social media and all that stuff like that. And I try to be transparent with y'all about the whole process and everything, but this vlog is a little deeper than that. And like I said before, I feel like I always come on here and say that I feel like I'm always like struggling when it comes to that area, and feeling down and feeling like I want to give up. But I feel like this vlog, like this video, is different from that, because like I said, it's a lot deeper this time. Mainly because the reason why I have been missing for so long is because I found myself in depression. Like, I was literally depressed, and it had been so long since I had fell into depression. I almost was like embarrassed. I was trying to cover it up. I was trying to fake it in front of my family and stuff like that. But my sister, my husband, like, they knew something was wrong with me, but I just really didn't want to talk about it. I really did not want to talk about it. And recently I was on the phone with my sister, and we were FaceTiming because we talked to each other like every day. And it had just hit me so hard the past couple of days, like before that conversation. It was right around my birthday. So I think this might have been like a couple of days after my birthday, because we went, her and my little sister, my older sister and my little sister, they took me out to eat for my birthday. And, we like hung out that night and stuff like that. And, it did help me in that moment. But when it comes to depression, like, even in times where you genuinely laugh and know you feel a little happy, maybe in those little small moments, once that moment is over, and even in that moment, you still depressed, but once that moment is over, it's like it never even happened. Like, you try to hold on to that feeling of a little bit, an ounce of happiness, like genuine happiness. And that's how I felt after that night. Like, I didn't even want to come home. It was that serious that I just wish that moment could last a little longer. But after that, I mean, I was still depressed, So I talked to FaceTime my sister, my older sister, and we were talking. And I don't even know how we got on the subject, but I ended up just breaking down and telling her that I was depressed, And she told me she knew that something was wrong with me. And she tried her best to like pour into me, and she was telling me a lot of stuff that made a lot of sense, and trying to talk to me and really, like I said, what she was saying was making a lot of sense. But I was so down that it felt like everything that she was saying was literally going in one ear and out the other. And that's what she even said. She said, I know that, what I'm saying is going in one ear and out the other, because like, when you're depressed in that moment, it don't matter what anybody say. It don't matter how much sense they make. It's like you just literally cannot hear it. You cannot hear it. And I was not hearing her. Like, I heard her, but I couldn't move past that feeling. And if you've been depressed, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because the feeling of depression, if you felt sadness before, like, it's a deep sadness, but it's deeper than a deep sadness. It's more than that. It's despair and hopelessness. And you just feel like no matter what you do, no matter if the situation change, you always gonna feel like that, and there's no coming up out of that. And that's how I felt. And it was just so strong that I just felt like I could not see beyond that. And that's one of the things like that I have been dealing with is that depression for so many reasons. And I had honestly given up on YouTube. I had given up on the influencer stuff. Like all of that stuff I pretty much had given up on. And I just was not feeling it like at all. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. I just felt like I just wasn't going to do anything with it because I felt like everything was falling apart. Because 2022, well into 2023, has been a really, really tough season. And it just really got the best of me. Like I literally can remember the moment where I realized, oh man, like this is like that I was depressed. I was standing in my kitchen and I was just thinking because I had so many thoughts running through my head, so much that I was thinking about and that I was going through. And I remembered that feeling, and I hadn't felt it in years because I hadn't dealt with depression in years. I used to, like when I was even a little girl, I dealt on and off with depression and even into adulthood. So I hadn't been depressed in years, and I have gotten down. Y'all have seen the vlogs where I have been, down and out, but it's a difference. Depression is very, very different from that. And, I always felt good that, like, I didn't let myself get to that point. Like, no matter, like, I could always, like, kind of climb myself, even if I felt really, really low. It was something that I could do to climb myself eventually out of that, but it didn't feel like this time. And I noticed that, like, I was standing in the kitchen, and I remember just thinking, and I was like, I could feel that feeling in the, like, you could feel it in the pit of your stomach. And I remember just standing with my back against, like, the countertop, and I was like, this is it. Like, this is that feeling. I'm depressed. And that was the first time I had admitted to myself that that's what it was, because I hate feeling weak, and I hate feeling like I'm always down, or this always get me down. You get tired of feeling weak, and you get tired of, like, I don't want to bring the people around me down. So it was embarrassing to me to admit that, and it was at the same time I didn't want to talk about it at all, because I'm like, what's the point? Like, you feel like when you're depressed, what's the point of talking about it? There is no resolution for how I feel. There's no resolution for what's going on. And that's literally how I felt. And I just had given up. I was literally doing the bare minimum of everything that I had to do with motherhood, with upkeeping my house, like everything. I was just literally doing the bare minimum. And I don't know if you guys, if you follow me on social media, but if you do, you know that me and my husband started the journey of foster care with hopes of, like, fostering to adopt. But this journey in itself, we do have a placement. It's a baby girl. And this journey in itself, I was feeling bad about it because I wasn't feeling it like how I thought I would feel. And I don't even know. My sister did tell me that there's a such thing as, like, post adoption or post foster care, postpartum. And I don't know if that's what I was going through, because I know that wasn't the only thing that I was feeling, that I felt like contributed to me feeling, falling into depression. But it did have something to do with that. And so this journey, like, having this placement has been a lot different. It has not been what I expected it, or it hasn't felt how I expected it to feel. And so that's one of the things that I have been, like, and that I'm still kind of dealing with, but I feel a lot better about it. And just so many other things that I just don't want to go into detail, because I feel like it's just too personal. And some things, you do need a little bit of privacy, and I do want to maintain a level of privacy. But it was just a lot of stuff that I was just dealing with, and circumstances and things like that I just feel like, man, am I ever gonna come out of this season? Like, this been a hard season. It's been hard for a long time, but I guess I just hit rock bottom with it. It all came crashing down at once, because it was like I felt like I was going down in levels, but I didn't expect for me to get to the point of depression. Like, that shocked me, because I hadn't felt that way in years, but I remembered vividly what that feeling felt. And it just like I said, I was embarrassed. I didn't want to talk about it to anybody. But when I FaceTimed my sister that day, and I could tell that it was really bothering her because, she didn't know where my mind was at, and she could just see it written all over my face, just the hopelessness, I guess. But she ended up like praying for me and stuff like that, and got hold of the prophet of our church that we attend, or members, or I wouldn't even say members, but our covering. That's our covering. But she got in touch with my prophet, and he ended up coming over and talking to us, not only just me, but he talked to me and my sister, and just giving us godly counsel and deliverance, because I definitely needed a deliverance, because the feeling was just not normal by any means, and it was just not me. Like, it wasn't me at all. Like, I had gotten to the point where, like, it was just so bad. Like, I would not even anything talking about God. Like, I still talk to God in my head, but I wasn't praying. I wasn't reading my word. I had just like stopped reading the word. When my prophet, he would get on his lives or whatever, it was like I had no interest. Even with my husband, we would do like, we had did family Bible study. I was so disconnected, and I don't know, it was just like I was so uninterested. And I know that was not me, but I was so uninterested, and I couldn't find it in me to pray or even really listen to gospel music. Like, I didn't really want to hear none of it, to be honest. I wasn't mad with God. And that's the difference from this and me being depressed the other times. It was like, this time, like, I wasn't even mad at God. I wasn't blaming my troubles or problems on him. I was so tired, and I just felt like, okay, well, this is how it's going to be. I just got to learn how to live with it. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life, and I'm just going to have to learn to be okay with it. I'm going to have to learn to deal with it. That's more so what I was on, and that was depressing, because I'm like, okay, I'll never be happy. So I just got to learn with never being happy again. And then I feel like I only would get glimpses of happiness, and then before the bad would come. Like, the bad seemed like it lasts longer than the happiness, like the good times. That's what it felt like to me in those moments, because I was really frustrated and just really, really tired more than anything, just mentally, spiritually, physically exhausted, and just wanted to give up. But after my prophet, he came over here and, he did the deliverance and stuff, I did feel better. I felt better. I really did. And I could feel the depression was not on me anymore. Like, the depression is not on me, because this was only a couple of days ago. The depression is not on me anymore. Although I'm still not feeling 100%. Like, I'm not 100% myself yet, but because it just, that heaviness, I don't want to say it's lingering, but we're still in a tough season, and that has a lot to do with it. So I'm not depressed, and I thank God for that, because I don't know how I could keep going on with that. And it wasn't like I was suicidal or anything like that. I wasn't. It was just one of those things where I didn't want to hurt myself. I didn't want to hurt anybody else. But it was like, I just wish that I could just cease to exist. It was kind of one of those things where I wish that I could cease to exist and nobody would miss me, or that I had just never been even conceived. Like, that's how tired I was and how deep in my depression I was, that I just would have rather not even existed anymore. And that was such a heavy feeling. Like, it was a really, really heavy feeling, because I'm like, I know it's not me that was thinking it, but at the same time, like, is it me thinking it? It was a lot of thoughts in my mind that I'm like, was that me? Because I know how the enemy can come into your mind and make you think that a thought is your own and it's not your own. But I was just getting deeper and deeper and deeper to the point where I wasn't even fighting no more. Like, I was not fighting for my life. I was not fighting. Like I said, I was literally doing the bare minimum because I didn't want my children to have to suffer because of what I was going through or where my mind was at or where I was at spiritually. That was literally the only thing that made me get out of bed each morning, because if I didn't have my kids, I definitely would have just stayed in bed and not cared and given up on life and just whatever. Like, I wouldn't have cared. Like, I really wouldn't have cared, but I had to get up. Not only do I have my foster baby, she has to be fed, she has to be changed, but I have a 2-year-old, and then my older kids, they still need their mom, so it was like I had to be present as much as I possibly could. But like I said, it was the very bare minimum for a while, because if you ever been depressed, you know exactly where I'm coming from, you know exactly what I'm saying. But it was just really bad. It got really, really bad. And I can fake that for the people who don't live in my house, but the people who do live in my house, this is my comfort, this is my safe space, so they would see it more. And it was harder to try to, I guess, fake it, in front of my husband or whatever, because he lives with me. He sees everything. So for him, I know he knew for real that something was going on or that I was depressed. And he had seen me be down, times before, but this time was definitely different. And it was just really, I'm just glad to not feel that anymore. But I just so desperately want to get back to feeling like myself again, because, like, honestly, I haven't had the energy, I haven't had the motivation. I've been lacking all of that to get what I need to get done. Like, even this video that I'm making right now, I did not feel like doing this video. Like, I'm still in my robe. I didn't get dressed today. Like, this is what I can do for right now. And I'm trying slowly but surely to try to get it back together. But I gotta start with what I can. And right now, this is what I can do. Like, this right here is what I can do. I can't give y'all no more than this right now. And trust me, I'm trying my best to get back to myself and to get back to me. But this is what I can do for right now. And I hope that y'all okay with it. And I hope that y'all understand, because I just been going through a lot mentally and spiritually and stuff like that. So I'm trying, so just have patience with me. I'm trying. But it's just been a lot, and there's a lot more I could talk about and stuff. But I don't know if it's a good time to talk about the in-depth of how I feel, or I just want to like I said, maintain some level of privacy, and maybe one day discuss more in depth once I'm truly out of whatever it is I'm going through, so that I can share it maybe. So I don't even know. But at this point, I'm trying to, even though I do feel better, I feel delivered from depression. Thank God for that. I really do thank God for that. Like I say, I'm still not feeling 100% myself, but I'm just trying. And I have to start from somewhere. Like, I know what the Lord expects me to do. I do know what he expects me to do, but it's just like right now in this moment, I don't really know exactly how he wants me to do it. So I'm trying to figure that out. But having this talk with my prophet, like, the Lord is waiting for me to do it, to make a move, because he's not going to pick me up and put me there. And so for me, I'm trying to work past that, work past feeling scared to make mistakes, work past really not knowing if I'm making the right decisions or, choosing the right door or not. And so that's something I'm still like questioning and trying to figure out. And it's not easy. It won't, like when I got deliverance, it was just like, oh, everything is magically better. No, I don't feel like that. I'm still in a tough season. Things are still hard. I'm still confused, It's just that I don't have that feeling of hopelessness and despair over me. And I feel like it's possible now. Like, I feel like it's possible. I can, things will get better. That's what I have been delivered from. And just having even that ounce of hope makes me feel better and gives me something to go by, something to maybe even an ounce of, something to look forward to versus before it was just like I have absolutely nothing to look for. What am I doing with my life? Like, it was terrible. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. It was bad. But so I'm just getting out of that. So y'all bear with me. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't have any direction for my YouTube channel. I don't have any direction for um like my Instagram or TikTok or anything. Like, I literally don't know what my next move is gonna be. Like, at all. I really don't know. But I'm just trying to take it a step at a time. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself because I don't want to shut down. And that's one of the things that was bothering me, like feeling like, can I even handle this? And feeling like that I don't know how to push through certain stuff. And this depression it had really, really got to me and made me feel just really, really weak. And like, I don't know how to fight, or like, you always feeling down about something. Will you ever be happy? And so I'm trying to push past all of that because, I'm not gonna lie, I do miss, this season has been so tough that I do miss being happy. I I just like want to be happy. And it's like, it's kind of not impossible for that right now, but that's just not a place where we at. And it just seemed like it's going on forever and ever and ever. And but I would much rather go through knowing that I have Jesus than go through without him, because if I do have him and I'm going through, I just, in my heart, I believe that all of this has to be for the greater good. Like, something good has to come out of this. Like, there's no way I could be going through such hell and God don't get the glory out of this some kind of way. It has to be a reason for this. And that's one of the things I've been trying to reason. Like, it has to be a reason for this. Because if it's not, then what's the point in all of this? Like, what's the point? Why go through this? I would rather not go through this. But if something good comes out of it, then no, I still don't want to, go through a tough season, but then so be it if something good comes out of it. And just believing that there's something good will be worth it. Whatever it is, it better be big, because like I said, it's been pure hell that I have been going through it within myself, and just our situation, and it's just been really a tough time. And I'm just hoping that things will not only get better for me, but better for my family, better for my husband, and things like that. But we are, it just, I wish that I could say so much more about everything, but I just feel like there's another maybe testimony or something for another time that I could touch deeper on. But because right now I just can't really go into detail with stuff that I'm still trying to sort out and stuff like that. So I just wanted to come on and let y'all know what's been going on, let y'all know why I haven't been present, where I've been, what it is that's been going on. And I hope that y'all understand, and I hope that y'all will be patient. Like I said, be patient with me, and I hope to start doing more content and stuff. I'm going to try not to be too hard on myself. Like I said, I got to take little stepping stones to get back, because I'm struggling. I'm struggling right now. So just bear with me. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but just bear with me. And yeah, hopefully I'll get back to a place where I can be consistent and do whatever God has called me to do with YouTube, with social media, or whatever else He has in my life. So, if you guys made it to the end of this video, I thank y'all for watching and, you know, being here with me. And if you still support me, I thank you for that. And I pray that you will continue to support me. And I pray that one day there'll be a reason behind all of this and a great testimony that I could share with y'all. But I guess that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.